Even with the recovering economy, many still face difficult hardships making ends meet. The extremely cold weather this winter season has put an additional burden on many families. For several years, the Attleboro Energy Fund has been a source of financial support for struggling families, and this year the organization has seen a large increase in requests from those in need. Now the organization is finding that its own resources are being rapidly depleted. Organizer Irene Freschette is reaching out to the community for support, and we spoke with her to learn more about the organization.
My name's Irene Freschette. I'm a volunteer with the St. Vincent de Paul Society. We are a fiduciary agent for the Attleboro Energy Fund. The Attleboro Energy Fund was started by Madeline McNeely from the Council on Aging due to her concern for how not only seniors but people under 60 were going to be able to cover their heating bills. And so she sought out a 501c3, which is the St. Vincent de Paul Society, and someone who was already working with people in need in order to be able to do the intakes and process the request. We have been in partnership for now 7 years. We started back in the 2007-2008. And I'm happy to say it's been a very fruitful partnership for the people of Attleboro. There is two similar funds in the area. One is in Norton, it's called the Norton Energy Fund, and the other is in North Attleboro, it's called Neighbors Helping Neighbors. Basically, it is a way of people who live in a particular area can be sure that the donations that they make go to that area. So anybody who donates to the Neighbors Helping Neighbors Fund in North Attleboro, those funds, while they come through the St. Vincent de Paul Society, they help only people in North Attleboro. The Attleboro Energy Fund is just for residents of Attleboro. It's amazing what myself and Jean Wright are seeing is that we are having at least 10 new people come to us every week. A normal would be about 10 requests, 10, 15 requests a week, but we're seeing at least 10 people that we've never talked to before. And that's astounding. I don't know why. The economy seems to be on the uptake. Although the electric bills have gone up, the electric company is charging something like 35 to 38% more right now. I'm particularly worried because there's a moratorium. The gas company and the electric company cannot shut anybody off during the heating period. That heating period is November through March. As soon as March comes in fact, we're already starting to see that the gas and electric company is starting to send out termination notices. They're not sitting on their duffs, they're working, but people are getting frightened. Is my gas going to be turned off? They use it for heating, they use it for hot water, they use it for cooking. The stories that we hear are just really sad. They might have to have unexpected co-pays on medicine, and they will, $100, $200. It's unbelievable. People come to us needing to get their gas turned on. This happens mostly at the beginning of the season in October, November. People come to us and say, the gas company shut my gas off and I haven't had hot water since last March. But they know the heating system, the cold season is coming along. And it's just sad. They've been living with cold water all this time. Here in Attleboro, there are jobs, there are more jobs out there, and people are hiring, but they're hiring part-time. People have no benefits. I had a grandmother who's taking care of her grandchild, and she has a full-time job, but she was out for 1 week. Actually, she was out of work for about 2 weeks because she had the flu, and she doesn't have any sick benefits. Can you imagine what loss of 2 weeks' pay will do when you're trying to pay, when you're living hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck? She got behind on her gas, her electric, and her rent. Those are the types of stories that we see. It only takes a couple of days out of work without pay to put you behind. And once it starts, and there are people who have never had to deal with this before, and unfortunately they wait till the last minute because it's just overwhelming for them. They wait till the last minute. And when the shut-off notice comes, or the electric company comes to the door and they won't let them in, and then they call in panic. And I'll say, okay, hang up the phone. You need to go and look at the mail on the table and find the most recent bill, because that's where we got to start. How much do you owe? And let's work together. We'll call the electric company, try and find out what we can do. But it's really sad. It's really, really sad. The Attleboro Energy Fund receives money from local banks. Bristol County Savings Bank is one of the very generous banks that give to us on a yearly basis. We apply to the Balfour Foundation, and we have been very fortunate to receive funds from the Balfour Foundation. We also write grants to as many organizations as we can. The Attleboro Foundation is one of them that has always been generous to us, but it's still not enough. It's not enough to make ends meet, so to speak. And so donations are more than welcome. I'm very happy to say that just in the past week, based on the article in the Sun Chronicle, we have received up to $700. Well, we can put at least 250 gallons of oil to at least 3 families based on that $720. That's wonderful. The motto of Attleboro Energy is $1 at a time. So if somebody can only afford $1 or $5, that's more than wonderful. People have been very generous. In fact, I got a note in one of the contributions, and the woman said, "I hate to be cold. There were times when, times were tough for me, and I was cold all the time. I've been through it. I don't want to see other people go through it." And she was very generous and sent us a check for $100. So people are good. We just need to make them aware of what's going on in other people's homes. People can donate. They can make the check out to the Attleboro Energy Fund, or they can make the check out to the St. Vincent de Paul Society. They would send it to the St. Vincent de Paul Society at 1131 Oak Hill Avenue here in Attleboro. Anybody looking for assistance can call myself or Jean Wright here at the Council of Churches at 508-222-2933. And we're usually here between the hours of 10 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon.